Hi, my name's Erin and I work at Clarion, and I guess for me, I love working with students and I love watching them develop and become who they are. And I guess my message is people before you have done so much to make it better. It's up to you to keep it making better, to keep things better for yourselves. So my encouragement is don't let anyone define who you are. You define who you are. You should be yourself, believe in yourself, and become what you want to become. Don't let anybody tell you who you are, who you aren't. That's for you to define. Love you for yourself, and there are others like me who will love you. It doesn't matter. We're here to advocate for you. We're here to help you, and we're here to be your allies and to get you through whatever you need. So don't let anybody try and define who you are. It does get better. It has to get better. And if you just reach out, there's a lot of us out here who will help you. Just hold out a hand, because it will get better.
Hi, my name is Liz, and I'm a part of Clarion Allies. I am a lesbian, and coming out was probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life, but I'm really glad that I did it. I'm here at Clarion now, and I'm extremely happy, and I wanted to stress the fact that being happy is the most important part of your life. Me denying the fact that I was gay for so long was not me being happy. And when I came out, regardless of the things people were saying about me, behind my back and even to my face, it didn't matter. The fact that I knew who I was mattered the most. I think that when people were just, talking behind my back, and then they would go to my face and they would just be like, oh, congrats on coming out. And I'd say thank you. And I know that somewhere they were judging me, but I really didn't care because I didn't let words bother me, and I don't think anybody should. Right now, I'm an English major, and at college, I think people judge me more than the fact that I'm an English major than the fact that I'm a lesbian. And hey, I don't mind that at all because I'm going to do what I need to do to be happy. And right now, that's going to college, doing the thing I love to do, and that's read and read. And I'm going to find the love of my life, and I'm going to marry her. Because that's what I owe the world, and that's what you owe the world. You owe the world to be happy. When I first came out to my mom, she was completely and totally shocked, and she told me she would rather me be pregnant than me be gay. And that might not be seem so bad to anybody else, but to me that seemed really bad. I don't think being gay is something to be ashamed of, and a lot of people might, and a lot of people might not support you. But like I said, you owe it to the world to be happy, regardless of what anybody else says. And that's really all that I have to say. It gets better. Life gets a lot better. I'm living proof of that. It gets better, I promise.
Hi, my name is Valerie. 14 years ago, I was adopted from Russia by my two mothers. I was 4 years old, and I was the size of a 2-year-old. My parents came over together. They were together for about 2 years when they decided they wanted to have a child. Um, so they adopted from Russia. I was a very angry child as a kid, and I had many, many problems, and I got teased and taunted for having two parents of the same sex. What really changed my life is whenever I started to grow and learn and mature more about what love is really. And I know that my parents love each other, no matter what. Who they had a rough time growing up, I know. And I know people out there today, kids, teens, young adults, are having so much trouble growing up. People always ask me, how does it feel to have gay parents? Is it different? Like how'd you deal with growing up? It's basically not any different. They love each other. That's what love is. I believe that as growing up, it was really tough because I got teased and taunted and called gay, lesbian, and other words. It wasn't a fun childhood, let me tell you. But in the end, it was worth being teased and taunted because I know who I am and I know who I love, and that's my parents. And I love them for who they are. I don't judge people because I'm also Jewish. I have gay parents, and I'm adopted from Russia. I just have the whole package. So it's what I'm trying to say is that no matter who you love, it should matter who you love for yourself, not what other people think. Whether you're bi, transgender, gay, lesbian, it matters for you. Shouldn't matter for what you think and other people feel about what you feel. So it gets better. It does. As growing up, people mature, you still have those people that don't understand, but it gets better. You just have to believe that it gets better, and it will. High school sucks. It really does. But it shouldn't matter who's in high school that teases you, makes fun of you, calls you names in the hallway, drops your books when you're walking past. It should matter about the people around you outside of high school. Middle school sucks too, but it's not as rough as high school. I know I came out as bi in sophomore year, and my friends were like, "No, that's not true. Like you're lying." And it's like, okay, thank you for supporting me and what I am. And I I tried to tell my parents, and like, oh no, it's just a phase. But that doesn't help. It really doesn't. So I closed up for a good 3 years. I came to college, and I just signed up for an LBGT organization, and I got to express who I am as a person. And it feels so good, and it feels so great. So you get a lot happier whenever you can explain to people and be open. Just come out and say it. Just be like, yay, I'm gay, or yeah, I'm a lesbian. Yeah, I'm bi. Yeah, I'm a transgender. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter who you are. It matters that you know who you are. So it gets better. It does. Once you open up and you get the feel of who you are and you accept who you are as a person, it's better. It gets a lot better. You feel happy inside. You can express how you feel. You don't have to be all bottled up and say, "Oh yeah, I'm straight," or "Yeah, I accept who I am." Just say that. Just say, "I accept it. I am who I am." Shouldn't matter what my parents think, what my friends think, what my schoolmates think. I am who I am, and forever I'll be who I am.
Hello, thanks for supporting Coming Out Day, everybody. It's a big deal for a lot of people in our world to deal with situations on a daily basis that could involve hate or discrimination or, go against our rights. But I feel the more of us that are, supportive, support equality, things are changing very fast, and our rights are becoming more and more every day. Obama has, put quite a few things into play. Also, Clinton tried to, but we kind of got mad at him about that. But, we learn and we live, and I hope that you would find peace in yourself and understanding that it's not wrong. It's okay to be gay or bi or whatever your, orientation, straight. It's not a choice. It's the way that I am. It's the way that I've always felt. I came out of the closet when I was 19. I decided at that point to tell everybody. I had no fear about it. I had, no worries. I knew that the outcome would be good and it would be bad, and there would be ugly and there would be amazing. And, at the end of the day, I realized who in my life was important. and important enough to accept me for who I am, and that meant even more than coming out in itself. So that should make a difference in your decision as well. Don't think of it as a bad thing, only think of it as a positive thing, and always look for the positive in all things.
Hi, my name is Dana, and I decided to record an It Gets Better video because I moved to a really small town from a really big city when I was 16. And as anybody that's 16 knows, it's a really hard time to move, no matter where you move. I moved in somewhere that was like total culture shock for me. And I hated it because I was ignorant to other people's ignorance. I had never been around people before who had hatred just for random groups of people. I was raised around a lot of adults, people of all sorts of nationalities, backgrounds, religions, sexualities, family structures. And I was raised with the idea that it was okay. When I moved to a small town and people were really mean, I didn't understand why for a long time. And I was really miserable, and I spent a good part of the last years of my high school just being miserable. And it was unfortunate because if I had known then what I know now, I think it would have been a lot easier. Because a lot of times, at least I think, when people are mean, sometimes people are just not nice people, but sometimes, more often than not, they're ignorant in the sense of the word that if they haven't been around it and if they haven't seen it, they're scared of it, and sometimes not very nice. And I've had some people from high school tell me, I shouldn't have acted like that. I didn't know any better. I was raised differently than you were, and I'm not like that anymore. And if I could tell anybody who was 14, 15, 16 and miserable with the people around them, I would tell them that, first try and educate people. Try and tell them, this is how I am, and show them I'm not any different than you, except I'm just more open. And I'm still a good person and all that. But I was pretty miserable in high school, and it took a long time to really realize that it's not real life. And when I was a senior in high school, just starting out, I was so upset because I thought, I'm not having the picture book, TV high school experience. I'm not the one that's at the football games and, a cheerleader or on student council, and I just didn't feel accepted and happy. And I thought that it was going to be something I looked back on and said, wow, I really wish I would have done that, or I wish it had been different. And a friend who was in her first year of college, so of course I thought she knew everything, gave me what turned out to be the best advice ever. This isn't it. You're just starting out. High school can feel like such an ending because in some ways it is. You're ending one part of your life, but you're just getting started on another part. And I know that people tend to tell kids, do good in school so you can go to college, but if college isn't a realistic option for you, simply getting out of high school sometimes makes things better, because all of a sudden you're surrounded by people whose biggest worry is not picking on the person that's different, but it's providing food for their family, providing a place to live, being out in the working world. And sometimes adults aren't that nice either, but I think it's a lot easier just to be able to find where you're happy and what you're happy with, and people that are just a little bit more accepting. But I wasted so long being so unhappy because I let people make me feel like my life wasn't worth living because it wasn't the way that they live theirs. So just live your own life. And I really love Dan Savage's advice of spend your teenage years turning into a better version of yourself. Read, write, educate yourself, find what you're interested in and what your passion is. And then when you're older and you start dating, you'll realize that those people from high school really didn't matter. But what you did with your time in high school, hopefully you'll spend it being a happier person, because I know I was.
Hi, my name is Larry. I'm a freshman at Clarion University. I'm not very old and I haven't been in college very long, but I wanted to tell you a story about me because maybe someplace out there there's someone who's like me or is in a similar situation and they can look at my story and see what happened to me. And hopefully they'll find out that it gets better. When I started high school, I never thought I would come out. I never dreamed that I would be out. I told myself that one day I was going to get married to a girl, I was going to have kids, and I would love them very much, but I wasn't going to be happy. It wouldn't be me. But I was so terrified of being different and being made fun of and stared at and ridiculed, and I, I just didn't think I could take that. So I told myself that I would settle with being unhappy to be normal. But later on in high school, I got sort of involved with a girl, and I liked her so much. We're still very good friends. And we kind of got to the point where we were gonna start dating when I thought to myself, she likes me, and I like her as a friend, but I could not do that to someone. Like, she's gonna expect that I love her, and I will love her, but not in the way that she's expecting me to. And that would be so selfish of me. So, she was actually probably the second person I ever told I was gay. And she was sort of confused, but she didn't like run away or anything. And like I said, we're still really good friends. So, I told her, and it it was such a weight off my shoulders. Like, I'd spent my entire life trying to hide it, and it wasn't really hard because I'm not what people think is the typical gay. Like, I love cars, I love being outdoors and sports, but there was always this fear that somebody was going to find out. And just the fact that I could tell somebody and they didn't care, they didn't mind, it was amazing. So she's one of my best friends. It's a shout out to Tammy. Um, but after that, I slowly started telling people. I was scared that people were gonna think that when I told them I was gay, I was gonna change. I was gonna be a different person. They were gonna treat me different. But I'm still the same. They're still the same. They still treat me the same. It's amazing, and I really appreciate it. And now I'm graduated, obviously, and I'm still friends with a lot of people from high school. A lot of people I've just lost contact with, but the the transition from high school to college is phenomenal. It's so different. Like, whenever you're walking around in the halls of high school, you can hear people talking about other people. It happens. You're always going to hear someone talking about someone else. And in college it just doesn't. It's amazing. Like, you can you can go to class wearing a wetsuit and people probably wouldn't say much about it. Like, I'm sure some of your classmates would laugh, but I mean, I can honestly say there's probably a lot of people that just wouldn't even ask. And that's just so different, and it's amazing, and it makes me feel so good that here I can be who I want to be, and I can be who I am, and I can do what makes me happy. And if you'd have told me that I was going to be at this point when I was in seventh grade, just figuring out that I was gay, just coming to terms with myself, I would have never believed you. I never would have thought that I would be this happy or that I would find a place where people were so accepting and my friends would love me and I would love them. I never would have believed you. But it's true. It gets better. And it's still getting better for me. Things change. People change. Some people don't change, which can be good or bad. But you need to figure out what's going to happen because you can't tell. So stick around and find out because sometimes it gets better and sometimes it gets great and sometimes it gets amazing. So this is me sitting in my dorm, in my beanbag chair, talking to you guys and saying that there are thousands of people out there screaming that it gets better and that they'll support you in what you do. There's always people someplace and usually around you. Most people don't know they're there, but they are. There's people there who care about you and support you. So if you're in a bad place or you're thinking about doing something, then just stop, because there's people out there that can help and it will get better. I promise you, it will get
Hi,
better.
my name is Susan, and I'm Associate Provost here at Clarion University. And I'm here to say it absolutely not only gets better, it gets awesome. I've been in higher ed for 20 years and have been out the entire time. And I find that, once I found a community of people, my life was just enhanced immensely. It also was really wonderful for me to be congruent with who I am, and my life improved immensely at that point too.
Okay, I'm Karen Whitney. I'm president of Clarion University, and I'm telling you today that it gets better. Not only am I president of Clarion University, and I've been in higher ed for 30 years, but I'm an out lesbian, I have a partner of 16 years, and I've been where you were. I've been the subject of ridicule and bullying, of harassment. I've been down there where you don't know that it's going to get better, and I'm going to tell you, it gets better. You get through it. You get through the bad times, and there are good times, and really good times. So you just keep at it. You live life, know yourself, know who your real friends are, and get up every day and make the best of it, because it gets better. Not only does this mean quite a bit to me personally, but as president, I have to say how proud I am of this project and of the students that decided to make this video happen for others to see. Because I know in the time that I've been president here, my partner and I at Clarion University can tell you it's good, it's better. We've been embraced by the community, we've both been respected as a couple. It not only does it get better, it is better here at Clarion. And I can say that, and I'm so proud of this project and the courage and conviction that the students have in saying that at this place, at this time, this is a good university for all people, and in particularly for gay and lesbian and transgendered people, and for all queer people. It gets better, and it gets better at Clarion.
It does get better.
It gets better.
Always look for the positive in all things.
It gets better. It does.
This isn't it. You're just starting out.
It gets better.
It gets awesome.
Not only does it get better, it is better here at Clarion.